Hey guys, quick check-in here on a Tuesday afternoon. It's about 6 o'clock. Just got in from work. I haven't been doing too many videos here recently, and I apologize for that. We've, I think just months and months and months, or several months of putting this stuff out and people getting to know us and all, and us coming up with the pay per job program and everything. Man, we had like 15 leads come in over a couple days, and it's taking time to call those back, get those called back. A lot of them have converted, so we're up to I think 12 cities now on pay per job. So pay per job, between pay per job and we are managing an AdWords campaign or two, so we're at 12 cities. And this time last week we were at about 3. So it's been very, very busy keeping up with that. One thing that I've over the last couple of weeks that I've just kind of made a commitment to doing is making sure. I've always wanted to stay busy all throughout the day, but there's sometimes at work where you get to a point where you can stay busy, and you can probably learn some stuff. You might be able to get some stuff done, but you're not at your maximum production. So at that point, I've made a commitment to stay busy throughout the day. But if I get to the point at work where I'm no longer at maximum production, then I'll come home and I'll do something to spend time with my wife, work on the relationship there. Or I've got this airplane we've been restoring that I'm going through. And I didn't used to be somebody that really liked to spend a lot of times on mechanics. I'm a huge believer in the capitalistic system, and whatever time you can spend doing what your job is the time that's best. That's the most productive. Is the time you spend on your job, and you pay other people to fix stuff. So, for example, this airplane. A couple years ago, I might have hired somebody, or not a couple months ago, I might have hired somebody to come in and fix this. But I've begun to really appreciate working on this kind of stuff, and I never used to. My dad did. My dad very much appreciated working on stuff, but I was never really one to appreciate doing this kind of stuff. But I've gotten to the point now I like actually physically doing the work. Maybe that's because in my job I no longer do any physical work at all at my job. So a lot of it's office work, and it's on the phone. I spend 80% of my day on the telephone. I'll make hundreds of calls in any given day. So I think the fact that I'm no longer extremely physically active like I was maybe a few years ago, or even several months ago before JRA, it was still, even though I wasn't on the truck, it was a lot more running around and I quote jobs and I was working on trucks, getting parts, and doing sales calls. I was active, doing sales calls because it was in-person sales calls a lot of times, whereas JRA is always on the phone. So I've begun to really appreciate working on this. And once we finish up on this airplane, we've got a 71 Firebird Formula 400 that Dad and I are going to start going through as well. So, but I'm just going to stay busy. So I'm either working on my relationship, working on my business, working on a hobby, going flying. There's going to be no downtime. I've never been one to have downtime. So, I've never been one to sit around. And my wife would sometimes want to sit around a little bit more than I do, but I always want to stay busy. I always want to be on the go. I always want to be going someplace. And that doesn't always mean that you need to be working on your business, though, because sometimes that time off, if you get to the point you're not as productive at your business, you take some time off, you do some time on hobbies, you do some time with your wife, that increases your productivity tremendously later on. The first thing you got to do is you got to get off the truck. Those of you on the truck, you're not being productive. Yeah, you're getting jobs done. You're physically doing something. And this is I'm gonna get some flack off this. I know some of y'all are gonna give me some flack. Now I don't really care though, obviously, because I keep saying the same thing over and over. But if you're out on the truck all the time, you're picking up junk, guys. And I mean, it's not how to build a business. There's nothing wrong with it. We have 35, 40 some people that work for us that pick up junk. It's a great job. Majority of them are great guys. I won't say it's they're necessarily their dream job on a lot of them. Some of them really, really like it, but they're still figuring things out. But as you as a business owner, when you've gone into it, if you want to step up to the next level, if you want to have the freedom to buy this airplane, to be able to have the time to work on it, but not not to take the time without, if you're on the truck and you take time to do this, you're missing out on income. I spent all day Saturday working on this airplane. And those of you on the truck, you can't give up a Saturday. Damn, Saturday can be our trucks average on a Saturday about between $1,300 to $1,500 on each truck on a Saturday. So you can't take that off. So you make more money per job when you're on it, but you're truly not being productive. You need to really be working on building something, on building a business that's sustainable outside of it, so you can enjoy hobbies like this. And if you get to the point where you say, I've got to work a lot, you get these people all the time, these motivational speakers, whatever, and they are right. You have to work hard, and it's not a 40-hour-a-week job. This is a 60 or 80-hour-a-week job. But if you get to the point where you're not being as productive, stop what you're doing if you can. If you don't have a commitment, if it's something that you got to get done but it doesn't have to get done necessarily right now, take a break, work on a hobby, go spend some time with loved ones, and then after they're asleep at 12:30 or 1 o'clock, freaking go to work. And I did that the other day. I came home at 1:30 a.m. on a Friday, and I couldn't believe it. Somebody called at like 12:30 a.m., called JRA. They're out of Houston, so it's like 11:30 their time, out of Houston, and they were interested in using our call center. Freaking 11:30, get a phone call. It blew their mind when I picked up and talked to them. They were they couldn't believe that somebody picked up and talked to them at 11:30, and then it was me. They said, I can't believe you're answering the phone, especially this time of night. So, I enjoyed that phone conversation. I thought that was funny as hell. I was sitting there working in the office, and all of a sudden the phone rings at past midnight, and I got to bed about 2 a.m. or whatever. But I had that Friday I'd worked. I had about 10 hours of work in, and I hit a little bit of a wall. So I quit working. I went home, spent some time with my wife, and we just had a good time. And then I went back to work after she was already asleep. So just always stay busy, stay moving, but it doesn't always have to be on work. Make each area of your life productive. Make each area of your life successful. Don't neglect any area. It's very hard. I struggle with it. I'm not going to sit up here and tell y'all I'm perfect at this. I'm still figuring it out too. Always calibrating, and that's what you got to do. You always have to be making changes. Don't just get set in stone that this is what you're going to work on, this is how it's going to be, all other stuff be damned. Always be improving, always be tweaking both your business as well as your life, and you're going to build something really special. So, hey, everybody have a wonderful evening. Those of you on the truck, hope you're still out working at this time. And making great money. That way you can make that money, you can invest in people, you can invest in more advertising to get more business and get help, and you can get off the truck and really build yourself a business. Talk to everybody soon, 919-617-1975. We'll see y'all later.